Imagine stepping into your workplace today. It's no longer just humans at the desks, right?
Hmm.
AI is buzzing in the background, transforming tasks, definitely speeding things up. But beneath that efficiency, there's often a quiet undertone whispers of AI shame, maybe people secretly using tools, and a shared feeling that the pace of change is just relentless. Feels like a tidal wave, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving deep into the seismic shifts AI is creating in our workplaces.
Hmm.
We'll explore the critical role human resources plays in steering this transformation. And then we'll cap it off with some pretty groundbreaking news from the HR technology landscape itself.
Exactly. And we're here to guide you through how AI is already impacting roles, the surprising challenges organizations are facing in adopting it effectively,
Yeah.
and what it truly takes for HR to not just survive, but, thrive and add immense strategic value in this new era. Our mission today is really to cut through the hype, to give you the essential insights to be well-informed and hopefully spark a few aha moments about the future of work and maybe your place within it.
Great. So let's start with the sheer scale of what's happening because the numbers are pretty eye-opening. Did you know that the share of HR leaders actively planning or deploying generative AI, Gen AI as we call it, has leaped from just 19% in June 2023 to a staggering 61% by January 2025.
Wow.
That's a massive acceleration in just over a year. It feels like everyone is hitting the accelerator simultaneously.
It absolutely is. And what's particularly fascinating, maybe a little unsettling, is how much executives are leaning into AI personally. A recent Tech Radar survey found nearly three-quarters, at 74% executives actually trust AI's input over that of friends or colleagues.
Over colleagues, really.
Yes, and even
Yeah.
more striking, 44% said they would allow generative AI to override a decision they had already planned to make. This isn't just about efficiency anymore. It's about a redefinition of authority and judgment.
Yeah.
When an algorithm can override a human leader's carefully considered plan, it fundamentally reshapes how we view expertise and leadership within the enterprise.
A fundamental shift indeed. So is this trust born out of pure efficiency? Or is there maybe deeper psychological shift happening, like leaders offloading cognitive load? And what could be the long-term implications of that for, human decision-making and even accountability?
That's a great question.
It certainly feels like AI is rapidly earning a seat at the C-suite table, almost acting as a strategic co-pilot for leaders,
Yeah.
handling tasks like data analysis and recommendations for 52% of them, uncovering hidden risks for 48%, presenting alternate strategic paths for 47%. It's definitely not just for automating basic tasks anymore, is it? It's
Sure.
influencing core strategy.
It's likely both, I think. There's a clear efficiency gain, absolutely, but also a growing comfort, maybe, with AI's ability to process vast amounts of data and spot patterns humans might miss, which naturally leads us to ask what happens to our jobs in this evolving landscape. Gartner, for instance, expects the global jobs impact from AI to remain neutral through 2026. So no net decrease or increase in jobs for a few more years, apparently.
Neutral for now.
But by 2036, AI is projected to drive the creation of over 500 million net new human jobs. So it's not a simple replacement scenario. It's more complex. AI is fundamentally reshaping how organizations hire, develop, and leverage talent, leading to both role shifting, where routine tasks get automated, resulting in fewer, maybe more multi-skilled generalist roles,
Right, the jet.
and the emergence of specialized roles that blend business and technology skills. These are currently quite scarce, actually, and in very high demand.
That distinction between role shifting and emergence of specialized roles is so crucial for understanding the nuance, I think. It's not just jobs disappearing, it's jobs transforming. But the human element of this transformation is proving complicated, and this is where it gets really interesting. Think about maybe Sarah, a bright young professional. She's just used an AI assistant to draft a report, cut her research time in half. But before hitting send, she meticulously scrubs any trace of AI, fearing judgment from her colleagues or boss. That feeling, that little whisper of AI shame, is remarkably common.
AI should.
Yeah. A new survey from Walk Me and All Work Space reveals that nearly half of employees, 48.8%, admit to hiding their use of AI at work to avoid judgment. And get this, even in the C-suite, 53.4% of leaders admit to concealing their AI habits despite being frequent users.
Wow. Even leaders.
Exactly. It's almost like a secret club where everyone's using it, but no one wants to admit it openly.
It's an interesting paradox, isn't it? Especially when you look at Gen Z workers. They are highly engaged with AI, right? 62.6% have used AI for work, but admit they've pretended it was their own effort. Yet, despite their enthusiasm, a high 65.3% report AI actually slows them down.
Slows them down.
Yeah, and 68% feel increased pressure to produce more because of it. So you have this group that's eager to adopt, but also kind of struggling with the practical realities and the pressure it creates.
That's a huge disconnect. And it brings us to a striking AI readiness gap. The heaviest AI users, top executives, and Gen Z often receive the least training or guidance. And while 80% say AI improved their productivity, a significant 59% confess to spending more time wrestling with AI tools than if they'd just done the work themselves.
And more time.
Yeah, that's the productivity paradox right there. It really begs the question, if people are spending more time on AI, why are they using it? And why the secrecy? Is it the steep learning curve, the complexity of prompt engineering, or maybe the need to constantly verify AI outputs that's eating up their time?
It's likely all of the above, I guess. This highlights a crucial point, as Sharon Bernstein, the CHRO for WalkMe, noted. Companies need to be transparent about how they plan to use AI. This transparency is just vital to displace the fear of replacement, the AI shame, and critically, to promote facility with using these powerful new tools. Without it, you just perpetuate this cycle of hidden usage, inefficiency, and a workforce that isn't fully optimized or, confident in their new tools.
Right. So given all these rapid shifts, the executive trust, the job transformations, and this very real AI shame phenomenon, what does this all mean for human resources? It's clear HR can't afford to be a bystander in this revolution, but are they actually at the table?
That's precisely the challenge. A Harvard Business Review Analytic Services study found something quite telling. While a vast majority, 91% of leaders, agree that having the right talent is absolutely essential for AI success, a staggering 79% said HR leadership is not closely involved in their organization's AI decision-making.
79% not involved. That's huge.
It's a massive gap. As Salesforce EVP Andy Valenzuela pointed out, AI agents are impacting every single part of what I lead today at Salesforce, every part of our business. If HR isn't at the table during these critical AI strategy discussions, well, those crucial talent conversations will inevitably happen without them, leaving a massive void.
And part of the challenge, it seems, lies in the credibility and skills gap within HR itself. More than half of survey respondents admitted HR lacks the AI skills to meaningfully contribute to the conversation. And nearly a third don't even have a clear strategy to source AI talent. That's a significant hurdle, isn't it, before HR can truly step into that strategic leadership role?
Absolutely. Which naturally leads us to ask, how can HR step up and genuinely add value here? First, HR needs to build credibility and strategic partnerships. This means aligning their priorities directly with broader organizational goals through cross-functional collaboration, think finance, IT, procurement.
Breaking down silos.
Exactly. And it also means using data strategically to drive decisions. For example, employing business intelligence dashboards to pinpoint top emerging skills that the organization needs today and, in the future.
And we're seeing forward-thinking organizations already adopting a skills-based approach, which seems like a fantastic move. They're shifting from rigid, static job structures to more dynamic, skills-based talent strategies. Take Salesforce, for instance. They use an AI-powered internal career marketplace to help employees find new opportunities across functions based on their skills. It even encourages moves between historically separate roles like recruiting and sales. That's real agility in action.
Yeah, it helps employees navigate those role shifts we talked about earlier. And beyond that, AI can significantly improve HR's own effectiveness, freeing them up for those higher value strategic roles. Consider Bristol-Myers Squibb. An AI-powered recruiting platform helped them reduce time to fill by 21%.
21%, that's significant.
Definitely. And Bayer uses generative AI for crafting job descriptions and personalizing candidate communications, plus chatbots for faster decision-making throughout the hiring process. These tools don't just automate tasks, they actually transform recruiters into more strategic business consultants, enabling them to focus on engaging top talent and providing real insights rather than getting bogged down in admin.
So it's not just about using AI for the rest of the business, but HR using AI for itself to become more efficient and strategic. That makes cultivating new mindsets and skill sets across HR teams absolutely paramount for this transformation to really take hold.
Indeed. CHROs, the Chief Human Resources Officers, must truly lead this transformation. They need to prepare the entire workforce for an AI-enabled future by actively upskilling employees, identifying critical AI talent needs, and helping staff adapt to these new AI-augmented roles. It's about being proactive, shaping the narrative, and equipping people rather than just, reacting.
And Microsoft's own journey highlights a clear formula for success here. They talk about creating an engaged environment, providing best-in-class AI productivity tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot, and fostering a high-performance culture. They really emphasize skilling, robust governance, finding internal champions, and critically, giving employees permission to build the AI habit.
Permission to build the habit. I like that.
Yeah, they found that using Copilot just 3 times a week for 7 to 8 weeks leads to significant productivity gains. It's about building a new work muscle, right?
Yeah.
Giving people the space and encouragement to experiment and integrate AI into their daily routines.
That idea of permission and habit building is absolutely key. And connecting this to the bigger picture, one of the sad stories of HR, as industry analyst Josh Bersin puts it, is vesting heavily in static job architectures and skills taxonomies.
Ah, the static models.
Exactly. In an AI-driven world, job titles and the required skills are constantly changing. If you spent years building a rigid framework, it becomes obsolete almost as soon as it's finished. The real need is for a dynamic job redesign process, something that acts as a continuous muscle for the organization, adapting and evolving constantly, rather than a one-off project that quickly becomes outdated. That continuous adaptation is what will truly allow companies to remain agile.
So that's a powerful image, the dynamic job redesign process, as a continuous muscle. It truly underscores how fundamental this shift is. Now let's zoom out a bit to the broader HR technology landscape. Some major players are making big moves to adapt to this AI-driven future. On the 1st of August 2025, Workday announced its acquisition of Paradox. Josh Bersin called this a really intelligent strategic move for Workday, primarily to enhance its talent acquisition suite, advance its architecture toward a more AI-centric approach, and importantly, bring in an incredible team.
Right. And Paradox built an end-to-end recruiting system based on conversational AI, which apparently makes hiring 10 times faster. Burson gives this really striking example of applying for and accepting a job at McDonald's before your hamburger is even delivered.
Wow, before the burger. That's fast.
That kind of speed and seamless candidate experience is absolutely critical for high volume, high turnover industries. Think retail, hospitality, healthcare,
Right.
where every second counts in getting new hires in the door.
Now that's what I call fast food recruitment. Yeah. It really puts the speed into perspective, doesn't it? And this acquisition opens up a massive opportunity, the frontline worker market for Workday. This is a segment where Paradox thrives, and it represents, what, roughly 70% of the U.S. workforce?
Yeah, about that.
This could be a huge growth factor for Workday, allowing them to serve a much broader range of industries and employee types, not just the corporate office folks.
And in parallel, also announced on August 1st, 2025, SAP is acquiring Smart Recruiters, another leader in high-volume recruiting, recruitment automation, and that AI-enabled candidate experience. This move is clearly poised to strengthen SAP's SuccessFactors HCM suite, that's human capital management, aiming to improve decision-making, reduce time to hire, and provide an even better experience for candidates and recruiters alike.
SAP's Mohammed Alam really drove home the point, didn't he? Emphasizing hiring the right people is not just an HR priority, it's a business priority. The goal here seems to be managing the entire candidate lifecycle in a single, AI-enabled system with harmonized data. It truly highlights how deeply intertwined talent acquisition is with overall business success now, especially when competition for skilled talent is so fierce.
Absolutely. These significant acquisitions by two, industry giants signal a very clear direction in HR tech. It's all about the deep integration of advanced AI and conversational interfaces to streamline talent acquisition and elevate the employee experience. They are really evolving from just administrative HR tools into indispensable business enablement systems, reflecting the strategic importance of talent in this rapidly accelerating AI era.
We've covered a lot today, from the widespread, almost dizzying adoption of AI in the workplace and that surprising AI shame phenomenon, To the critical evolving role of HR in this new era and these big strategic moves happening in HR tech with Workday acquiring Paradox and SAP acquiring Smart Recruiters.
What's profoundly evident, I think, is that AI is not just a technological shift, it's more fundamental. It's a reshaping of work, roles, and even our relationship with technology itself. HR, though facing its own readiness gaps, is really uniquely positioned to lead the human side of this transformation, making sure the benefits of AI are realized while mitigating its very real challenges.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? As AI continues its rapid ascent, bringing both anxiety and immense opportunity. We've highlighted the readiness gaps and that productivity paradox that many are experiencing. We've seen that transparency, skill building, and dynamic adaptation are, well, they're no longer optional, are they?
I know.
Considering these insights, what steps will you take in your own work or organization to foster transparency, bridge that AI readiness gap, and proactively embrace this dynamic future rather than just reacting to it? The time to shape this future rather than simply be shaped by it is truly now.